Hey guys, my name is HaonanGU, and in this video, I wanna describe the Chatroom project, which is the pre-registration programming assignment of 18652. And the purpose of designing the Chatroom project is to help people to communicate with each other more efficiently and effectively. So in this project, I used several technology stacks. In the client side, I used HTML, CSS, JavaScript. In the server side, I used Node.js with Express.js. In the database, I used MySQL. And now we can check the database. It has two forms. User table is used to record user's information, and his form is used to record history messages. And we can see now two forms are empty. And I also used WebSocket, which is very important in the Chatroom project. And I designed several connections between client side and server side. I will explain them in the demo and code structure review. So let's go to the demo application. And before that we need to set up a server on local machine. And firstly we need to create account. In here I set a requirement that the length of username or password needs to be more than 6. So if I entered Gary and password, it will fall because the username is not qualified. So I entered Gary 111, but the password only has 3 characters. It will fail too because the password is not qualified. So I entered right username and password. It shows registration successful, and we can check the database. We can check the user table. It shows that it has grade 111, but the status of online is 0. And then I log in. It shows login successful, and we check the database again. The status became online, and because there are no history messages, so the chat room shows no history. And then we need to create another account which named Grace, and enter the password, and it shows registration successful. And if we change the password and we log in, it will fail because it's wrong password. If we use the name which is not saved in the database, it will fail because the username doesn't exist. So we enter the correct username and the password, and then log in. It's successful. And now two guys can communicate with each other. We entered hi Gary, and Gary will receive the Grace messages. Hi Grace, how are you? And this is the basic function of the chat room. And now we create the third account, which named Tommy, and we sign in and log in, and we check the user table. It shows that there are 3 guys and their status are online. And we check the history form. It have 2 messages. So when Tommy entered the chat room, it shows that there are 2 messages. And then Tommy can say something. Hi, 2 guys. And Gary and Grace will all receive the Tommy's messages. And now, if Grace wants to close the chat room, she can just click the exit, and it will show successfully. And we can check the status, it became 0. This is the function of the chat room. And now let's review the code structure. In this project, I used Express to set up the application, and especially I want to talk about the WebSocket. There are several events such as registration, login, and communication. And in the login event, when people click the sign in, the server side will receive the reg, and it will process something to check. And if everything is okay, everything is correct, it will send the regret to the client side, and the client side will show the registration successfully. And this is the same situation in the login. The server side will receive the login, and it will check something. If everything is correct, it will send login red. And when the client side receives the login red, it will show the login successfully, and it will take the history message from database and shown in the chat room. Especially the communication is one of the most important events in this project, and people will receive their own messages and others messages in the chat room, and the server side will handle these two situations differently. You can look at the chat room. People's own messages will show in the right, and others will be shown in the left. This is the project. This is the chat room I did. Thanks for watching.